So it's May 9th at 10:15 a.m. on Thursday, and it's just me and my mom today. We're going to the case conference to sit down with the judge, Austin and his lawyer, and the social workers to hopefully discuss what will happen with Andre, and hopefully that will be him coming home today. Personally, I would like to think that he's going to come home today because after almost 6 months of going through a fucking game, sorry for my language, with these social workers and them out to hurt the family and rip us apart and have Andre languish in foster care, that they might be civilized enough to let him come home today. But I'm not gonna completely count on my chickens because with these people, you never know. You never know. But I'm smiling and I'm happy because I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful and I'm praying, and whatever happens in that case conference today, either way, he's gonna come home at some point and we're gonna keep fighting for him. But our goal is to get him home, not today, but for Monday, but it's gonna be agreed today for him to come, that he can come home today, and that's the goal.
Okay, so I was going to say something.
Yeah.
I'm at 80% positive that something good's going to happen today, and that we can step forward on a new foot, and bring in some good things for the kids, BC, the province, right? Continue working on nonprofit, and let sleeping dogs lay, as they say. Get my daughter into rehab, get her into her BC housing across the streets. Eventually have my grandson move next door.
Yeah.
Have my daughter become the nurse that she wants to be, have my son become the teacher that he wants to be, that kind of stuff. Get my 15-year-old into school and get Andre playing the piano again.
Yes,
again. Okay.
Okay.
Good mood might rub off.
Yep.
Okay, so being 80% positive, we're probably about 1% now. In my opinion, it was just kangaroo court. Now, they can sit up there and say, well, you need a lawyer, right? The lawyer will really
Who said that?
you. They all said that. Well, you need a lawyer. But the lawyers that I was listening to, I'm not mentioning no names, and, the judge, well, don't talk about, just blah. And it's like, yeah, okay, no problem. But at the end of the day, I'm making videos. I've got 65 freaking videos related to all this. And as long as I ain't mentioned nobody's name, I can talk about anything I want. So basically, I was the villain because I stood up and I tried to get in a few little bits and pieces of information that wasn't being told, because these polite people that were all sitting around, talking about, well, we didn't get this information and we didn't know anything about it, which is a down and out flat freaking lie, because I got the affidavits to prove that they were served with the custody. Okay? So for them to sit up there and say, well, we didn't know anything about it and about the court date, that's a bullshit lie. But you know what? That's how they do it. They just, tell the judge the lie, and the judge believes it, even though he himself has the information right there to show that the affidavit was signed and, stamped, that social services was, served in terms of the information with me putting in custody application. So bottom line, what they're trying to do now is remove me from their file, take it to the judge that put me on the file, so they can pressure that judge to kick me to the curb. And nobody got anything. The only people that got something were all those ones wearing their suits and their fancy little shoes and the carrying a little briefcase. They all got paid. Andre's still sitting in daycare or foster care. Foster care parent, still getting paid. Right? Got to come back on the 21st to, have them say, well, it's documented that the lady was argumenting last time we were there. This is why we don't want her there. Well, yeah, you don't want her there because you don't want to hear the truth about what you did to my kids and my family and my grandson and my daughter. That's why you don't want me there. And when we're there talking about my grandson, these are the things that should be coming out first. Not about, oh, well, let's figure it out and, you know, drag it out for another 3, 4, 5 months and, you know, because we like to play the court game and, you know, we like to get paid and pay for our gas and go for our boat ride and, you know, because that's what it all boils down to. It's not that they care about my grandson, because they don't.
Nope.
They lied.
They do.
They lied.
They're fucking...
They lied. There was people in that room lied. More than one lied. The only person who didn't lie was me. And I get punished for that. You know, I gotta come back on the 21st, find some more gas, with or without a lawyer. I can't guarantee that I'm gonna come up with a lawyer by that date. Thinking about the Supreme Court of Canada, because that's my only alternative.
You're okay, aren't you?
I'm doing a video, man.
Yeah.
I don't stand here and just rant on my own.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the system and how it needs to change.
Do you need legal?
Yeah, I do, but I need someone that's aggressive. Family court.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Are you aggressive, though?
I'm aggressive when it needs to be.
Okay, turn off the camera for a minute.
Excuse.
Okay, there's criminals in the parking lot. You know, they're coming after me. They're gonna arrest me and throw me in jail. Okay, cops are coming now. No, somebody's car is beeping there. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have a lawyer. I'll go home. I'm going to talk a little more about this at home, and then I'm going to take some of those videos that we did when we went to the all-candidate meeting, and the Ministry of Children and Family Development. Stefan, how do you say her last name?
Stefan Cadu.
Cadu, right?
Stefan Cadu.
Had a comment around that, and a few other people had comments around that. So what I'll do is I will just go home, upload this for now, and then get into those videos where everybody was talking about, you know, if they were elected, what they would do. And then I'll just incorporate, you know, our story into that little timeline. All right. I don't know about this peace out stuff right now. I'm pretty choked. Again, it was kangaroo court, in my opinion. You know, lying, purposely lying, down and out lying. The lying in the court has to stop. They received the information. They refused to come. And now they want to sit up there and say, they don't want me there. They had an opportunity to say that to the judge then. All they did was just buy themselves some more time. And they just had it so they could document that I was a little flamboyant. I was doing a Denny Craig from Boston Public. So I'm a Denette. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. There we go. Okay, so, I don't know. They're all paranoid, right? Thinking I'm gonna, you know, bust their cover or something. You know, had the judge make note that, you know, we're not gonna talk about, you know, names and that kind of stuff, right? And I said, yeah, don't worry, I'm not mentioning no fucking names. But at the end of the day, I got the information to request the transcript because I was bringing some very important issues in terms of, you know, my daughter being kicked out December 11th, you know, the program being offered December 6th, 2001, and that, you know, she's doing drugs and all this other stuff, no program, no, and they're trying to say, oh, she's going to get the program, you know, hopefully on May 28th, 26th of this month, right? 6 months fucking later. So they kicked her out for 6 fucking months. You know, no, they took the baby out so she can come home, right? You know, so that she can just, you know, wallow away. So I'm getting the transcripts, and when I was talking to the judge, you know, a few times I got to say a few things, right? And, you know, I brought to the attention that, you know, my grandson's had a penis infection, that he's not gaining weight, you know, that they pretty much isolated him away from his family completely, the whole 9 yards, and the judge ignored it. He ignored every last little bit of it. Instead, all these people, they just got it ganged up together. It was like 6 of them. They all fucking walked together and talked together, got their little pieces of paper and blew me off like some pump bitch. Because I'm like, well, give me something in writing as to why we're coming back on March 21st. Just don't give me a date. Just don't tell me I have to show up at this time. And, oh, well, we don't want you connected to our file, Miss Chorney. So we're going to go meet with the judge that put you there with us. And we're going to talk to that judge, and we're going to tell that judge that they made a mistake, even though you had ample time to go there, right? On that day, and you could have told that judge yourself that day that you wanted to remove yourself from the file, but no, you had to Yeah, lead me down the garden path, piss me off, right? You know, so that you could say I'm disruptive to your little court proceeding. You know, your little, oh, let's pass the donuts, and let's pass the strawberries with the cream, and, you know, let's have our little freaking shot of Kahlua, and, you know, we'll just party hardy in the courthouse, right? You know, we won't tell the truth to the judge, you know, because
We'll never tell the truth.
no,
They'll
no,
never
because
tell the truth.
the judge said, well, how come you didn't go? Oh, well, we didn't know about it. I got up, I said, that's not true, Your Honor. Yes, they did know about it because I got the affidavit to prove that they were served, and they had ample time to either do a reply or they had ample time to show up for that court date, right? Not now, not 6 months later and say, oh, well, you know, since April, right? To say, oh, well, we didn't know, you know, we don't want Miss Jordy there now because we didn't know about it. That's not true. My son went to their office 2 times and served them. So we did it right. So there was no question about it.
Nope.
As a matter of fact,
They wanna play games.
my daughter served the social worker in the courthouse on the day when I filled out the application. She gave it to her in person.
So there's no way she can sit up there and say, oh, I didn't know about it.
That's right. She knew about it. And then my son went off and did it again. And then he signed an affidavit. Okay? So for them to say that they didn't know about when this so-called judge, you know, put me on their file, they just chose not to show up. And then, because they know I'm choked because they got my grandson and he's suffering, you know, they enjoy that shit. You know, there was 5, 6 of them, okay? 1, 2, 3 lawyers and 2 social workers. That's fucking 5 people all grouped up together, just drooling over the next paycheck and how they can keep my grandson away from his family, his grandma, his aunties and uncles, and including his mother. Because the mother is just a tool, while the father's sitting there saying, oh, I don't know what's going on. You know, last time I seen a social worker is when she came into my jail cell after I've been locked up for 23 hours. You know? Yeah, I signed over my son. Oh, sure, I spent a lot of time with my son. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm getting transcripts. I'm going to get a copy of the transcripts, and I'm going to see if something's been deleted.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I'm going to see.
Really.
Yeah, I'm going to see if some of the stuff that I brought to the judge's attention that he purposely chose to ignore. And yes, I did mention I'm going to the Supreme Court. I know, Shemay, you told me not to do that, but they were just provoking me. Oh, well, you know, it's best if you stay quiet. Well, why should I stay quiet? You're not getting the full information. I said, read the book, Your Honor.
That's what he said to you? Be quiet?
Here's the paper to
Is that what he said to you? Be quiet?
Mm-hmm. A couple times. Because he wanted to hear lies instead of truth.
Oh, my God.
He was more interested in listening to the fucking lies than about the truth. And then all of a sudden, the lawyer for Sierra got up there and started making decisions for Sierra.
What did he...
Oh, he tried to say that Sierra was changing her mind, and that he hasn't. Last time he talked to her, like, you know, he can't honestly say that Sierra wants the baby.
Oh my
at home
God.
with the family. Why do you think Sierra didn't go today? Because she doesn't have the heart to freaking face the shit. She thought in her mind if she didn't come, they would just send him home with me. But instead they took that and they twisted it around just like they're trying to twist everything else that they do. And they all banded together, all 5 of them, 6 of them. You know, even the lady that typed out this shit couldn't even tell me what I'm going back for. With their lingo, right? With their lingo. I'm going, and I said to the judge, oh, so you're just trying to wipe me off the planet too, right? Is that it? I guess he didn't like me talking to him like that. But that's the way it is. What, you're gonna put me in front of the judge that put me there in the first place, that gave me the right to have custody? Oh, and then I found out I have custody of my grandson. And I said, well, are you saying I have custody of my grandson? Oh, well, no, that's not what we're saying. Well, there we go again. You know? So they just want to go in front of the judge that put me in with their file, because they want to sit up there and say they never got the information, it was a done or out direct lie, because I got the affidavits to prove that they did, right? And so that they can manipulate, like they've tried to manipulate with me in the room with a shady lawyer that says he represents my daughter, but obviously he was walking off with the crew. He wasn't on my side of the fence. Didn't care about anything. No. So I'm gonna get the transcript and we'll see how much has been deleted from that.